Hey everybody, I am going to talk to you about some really groovy 70s stuff today. So, this is my update for th- That's 70s Pan project. I almost couldn't say that. Before I get into all of that, I am going to ask you to please do all of the things. You know what they are. Okay, so the hashtag for this is That 70s Pan, which is also the name of the project. This was created by Cece, who is the diva next door, and then Kim, who is Teacher Loves Beauty. I will have them linked below in the description box. They did this in collab with the Fantastic Ladies group on Facebook, so they're also going to be in the description box. The link is there as always. Now, this is a huge project, which is an homage to everything 70s. It started with 70 prompts. That's right, 70 prompts. And I have not updated in a while, so this is going to be a long one. Hopefully you grabbed yourself a beverage. The idea with this, and I'm not sure whose it was, I still don't remember who I'm supposed to be crediting for this. I think it was Cece, but I'm not positive, was to start with 7 items and do that at a time, and then just set your own goals. Now, Kim and Cece left this, I'm shedding, geez Louise, really open-ended. We can do finish goals, usage goals, whatever. I am bringing in 7 things for every month, regardless of what I have or have not gotten finished. Most things I'm bringing in for a 7 usage goal, unless it's like otherwise indicated in some way. So that being said, I missed October's update. I think that's the only one I missed. That means I am bringing in 14 items. And I had talked to Kim about this. I said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be behind and have to bring in 14 things at a time because that's a little bit scary and I don't want to get behind on this project. And the way I have it set up, there will be 10 months where I'm introducing projects and then I'll have a couple months to finish things up. So I am going to bring in 14 more. Like I said, this is going to be a long one. Bear with me. But let's start with what I had going on and where I have gotten to with, I ended up with an extra pen, with all of this fun business. And I put these back into numerical order just because it was easier for me. So one of the things that I had not yet completed was the Glam Light Michaela Part 2. And that was for a beanbag chair, which was number 2 on the girls list, something you're comfortable using. Well, I love Glam Light. I'm comfortable with Glam Light's formula. I have photos of 3 and 4, looks 3 and 4, which hopefully you're seeing on the screen here, because I did complete them, and that is a completed prompt that is rolling out of this project. Yay me! All right, so that is done. The next thing that I still had in was number 4's crochet blanket. Granny squares, something old. I had brought in my Laura Geller blush. It's the Baked Blush and Brighten or something like that. It was in Como. And I had that in for 7 uses, and I did complete that. I may or may not have a picture of that. I'm not sure. If I did, you saw it. Anyway, then for what I brought in August, here's where we're, well, no, wait. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, that's the next ones are September. I just didn't write the month on them. Screwed myself up. So from August, I had number 8, Statement Stone Fireplaces. Something rough, gray, large, or all 3. For that, I brought in this gray eyeshadow from NARS. Yes, it does have a pan. It had one before. This is from the Zareen Duo. I'm going to need a wipe if I'm going to give you a swatch. I am actually at 6 out of my 7 uses. Dummy. If I would have used it one more time, I could have had it done for this update. Now, there's still some sparkle from other stuff that I have been recording on my hand. Sorry, guys. Sometimes the glitter just doesn't go away. That's all right. So that is staying in. I have one more use. All right. Then number 11 was Sunken Living Rooms, something with a dip or a pan. For that, I brought in this. Can you see you can kind of see, yeah, you can see the dip in there. This is from Kuala Lumpur. This is a NARS Duo also. It's a depotted one. It had a huge dip in it. It is a really hard to see on my finger, gorgeous pink shade. I have hit my 7 uses on that, so that is a rollout. Yeah, you can't see it on my hand either because it is really like a setting shade for me. It's lovely, but you can't tell. Whatever. That is a rollout for this project because it is completed. All right. Next I had, and these are the ones that I brought in September, and I did not write that. Usually I write the month on the top too, just so I can keep track, but going by the numbers, I know that's what I did. So, 15, floral sofas, something with a floral pattern. I brought this in. This is Madagascar Vanilla by Nest. This one is not a spray. This is one of the, I want to say, yep, it's the perfume oil. I don't like the oils. I don't like things that are not sprays. So I just brought in this little sample, but I did complete it. It is going in the empties. I do like Madagascar Vanilla. I just prefer to have the sample, not the oil. Completed for this project. Good enough. All right. Then number 16. Lucy's getting up. You see her jump down over there. You see her little tail. All right. So 16 was push button phones. Something with a pump, or you have to push it to make it work. Well, I brought in my Ordinary Serum, which you know I have been trying to finish off. This is 1.2 pink, light undertones, blah, 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 blah. And I accidentally had it sideways when I was bringing it out here to do this video. So I can't tell you how far down I am because now it's all shook up. It separates and you can usually see through the top of it. And she's letting herself out. Well, all right, Luce. Go for it, puppy. Anyway, I put this in for 7 uses. I stopped counting at 10. I've been using it nonstop because, like I said, my goal is to complete. So for the purposes of this project, it is a rollout. It is a done, completed prompt. She just opens the door and lets herself out. Lovely. Emmy's snoring. Hopefully you can't hear that, but that is her snoring in the background. 17, stereo systems, something that amplifies your look. And for this, I brought in ColourPop's Ice Dreams. It is, well, it was Deb B's favorite that she recommended to everybody, but it wasn't just her favorite. It is also one of mine, although she can no longer use it. You can see there are dips in mine. In fact, you can even kind of see the pan because I use this as an inner corner quite a bit, but I also use it as a topper. And I don't know what colors you're seeing as I move my hand around because I really can never tell. Oh man, you're not going to be able to. Well, okay. I don't know if you can see it on my hand at all in this lighting. But it is purple and pink and blue and it is all of the pretty things. I brought this in for everything's 7 uses. I don't know why I keep telling you that. I'm at 4 of my 7. So this is staying in. Okay. Macrame was number 18, something with a lot of detail. For that, I brought in Pocketful of Roses by Bitter Lace Beauty. You can see there are multiple colors in here. Hopefully you can. It all just fell onto my computer. Well, alrighty then. It came right out of the pan. I will fix that later. I brought that in and got all 7 uses. It had a ton of, I'm not going to swap, I'm just going to leave it alone. That's a rollout for this project, and it's like live TV. We're just going to keep on going. I don't edit things out. You guys know this. You get the crazy train as it happens. That's going to be a pain to clean up. Anyway, 19. Let's just move on and pretend that we're all good with this because I am a little freaked out about that. Colonial Furniture, a large product or a product from your largest category. For me, that is going to be eyeshadows, hands down. My singles may outnumber my palettes, but we're still going with palettes as the largest because my singles fit into fewer palettes. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. Go with it. So, Menagerie's Flight Club. I always want to say Fight Club. It's Flight Club. And it's got the cutesy little bat on it. It's an adorable package. And it is all of the good purpleness. Okay. That is what we've got. Now, let me tell you what I did. I did this in 3 looks to hit the 7 pans. So the first one, I'm going to probably, is a Little Baddie, which is that color. Sky Puppy, which is that color. And Nocturnal, which is, I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see that. That's Nocturnal. So, oh man. No, wait, there are only 3. So it is these 3 that I used in the first look that I did. I don't know if I used it with Yeah, I used it with the Glamlight Donut palette. That's why. I was like, why do I only have three? That's not like me. All right, then the second look that I did, I used with Glamlight's wine palette. And for that, I used Downside Up, which basically is a setting shade for me. And then I used Flying Fox, which is that color. And then I used After Dark, which is that really pretty kind of maroon shimmer. I don't know how well you're seeing colors here with me doing this. But that was the second look that I did. And you can barely, oh yeah, you can see that setting shade. So those are the three colors that I did there. Lucy's back. Like I said, she just lets herself in and out. I don't have a dog door. They just open the screen and walk out. Apparently I wasn't latched. All right. Then the third look I did with the wine palette, and actually it is what I have on right now. So for this one, I used Megabat. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. And Fruity Feast. These actually are just two accents that I put in with what I am wearing, and I know it's a little hard to see, but I am, like I said, I'm also using some of the shades from the wine palette in this one. So that's what those two look like. I did pretty well. I mean, this is a 12 pan palette and I used 7 of the pans, so I didn't use every single pan, but I did at least use 7 different pans, and I really do love this palette. This was one of those that I had wanted and then waited on, and then I think Deb finally just said, get it, it's worth it, because she loves it, and I think she's got pan in hers. So I finally at least got to play with it a little bit, and absolutely love it. We'll continue to use it. It'll probably pop up. And I've got a lot of purple palettes, you guys. I think I have every purple palette in the world. I swear. There's not a lot of them I don't own, but it will pop up again, I'm quite certain. For the purposes of this project, that is a completed prompt. Yay, me. All right, then we've got Fringe, something that makes you look extra. So I brought in this really fun, unfortunately very fingerprinted, Bobbi Brown single multi-chrome eyeshadow. Luxe, it's the Bobbi Brown Luxe Shadow. And this is an incandescent. And I don't know if you can tell the golds and the pinks. You're getting a lot of just light reflect. But this is a really cool combination of gold and pink. And I used it all 7 times. And I love it. I use it as a topper. I use it as an inner corner. I've used it as a standalone on kind of a no makeup-y days where I don't do like a full eye look, but I want a little something. I used it for that too because it's just really pretty and shiny and reflective, and I liked it. I love this. So that is completed for this project. Then we have got radios. Use a product that reminds you of a song or you heard about on the radio. For this, the song was Black Dog by Led Zeppelin in my head, which actually was from 72, but September was 71. I know, it's very, very screwy even in my head. So what I brought in for it is this Mary Kate eyeshadow in Black Ice, because I thought this was Black Dog. I don't know. Anyway, this is what, okay, I've used this 6 times out of the 7. This is what they came out with after they discontinued some of the older colors and kind of revamped, and then they made the small squares or whatever. Now, I got to tell you, it's a sparkly black. It actually is not a deep black. It's almost more gray. And this is one of the few shadows that I actually have a really big problem with fallout. But one of the things that I do like this for a lot, because it's not so harsh, is I love using it as a under lower lash liner. Just so you know, as long as I'm not having a watery eye day, it works well. I've also used it as an outer corner, like deep and out base type of thing. So it works for multiple ways, but like I said, I've got to kind of watch myself with it because I have managed somehow, by my sheer talent and grace in all things, to end up with it like on the inside of my nose, just like a little touch of fallout. And even with it powdered to get it off, it doesn't work, where I'll have to like go in and refoundation my nose, because that's not annoying at all. So that is not my favorite thing in the world, just to say. I have one more use on it before I can roll it out. All right, for the sake of my sanity, I am going to do a pause for the cause, try and save my highlighter, and then I'm going to come back with what I am bringing into this project. So if you will all indulge me for just a second. Okay, so yes, I managed to save the highlighter mostly, and it took me a little bit to clean up everything everywhere. Yeah. Alrighty then. So the next thing we were going to be doing was moving into the things that I'm bringing in. All right. So what would have been October had I actually recorded, which I didn't get to. The next one is number 22, Funky Lights, a funky product to you or something with interesting packaging. I have BH Cosmetics Flower Power. And this so fits in with the theme, it's insane. So what I am going to use for my 7 times is, okay, this shade right here called Psychedelic. This still has plastic on it. Okay, even with the pause, I'm not fully prepared. So this is brand new. I have not used this. I think I found it at TJ Maxx. All right, but Psychedelic is this shade here. Ooh, that's kind of bright for me. Well, maybe it'll go on not so bright because it doesn't look horrible on my hand. So hopefully that won't be painful to use, because I'm not a huge super corally peach person, but we will see. So 7 on that. Number 23, Pod Chairs, a comfy product or something you use to pamper yourself. All right, now this is where you guys are indulging me because there's a lot of prompts in this project. I'm bringing in a lot this month because I'm playing catch up. I bought this with the intention of using it as a pamper type of thing, and I haven't used it. This is the Sephora Cozy. This is the coconut foot masks. It's a set of foot masks, one for each foot. And I bought this last year with the intention of doing this with my sister. No, that can't be right. Yeah, maybe it is right. I don't know. Anyway, I bought this and we never got around to it. I've still got mine. I've never used it. But this is one of those things that you put it on, you have to sit around for 20 minutes with this on your feet, so you can't go anywhere or do anything. So this is definitely a lazy pampered myself type of product. I realize it is only a single use, but because I've had it for a year and haven't gotten around to it, we're putting it in the project and we're going to count it for this prompt. Emmy's up now. All right. 24 is Popular Pottery, something that can break easily. All right. Oh, man, this is just not going to go well for me, I'm pretty sure. I am bringing... Dang it. Hold on, because it broke. Oh, good Lord. Whatever. I'll get to it later. I'm done. I'm done with this. I am bringing in this shade. Okay. From Copacetic. Can you see that it's kind of wonky looking? Because it's broken 3 times on me. I've never used it. It's called Ginger Blush. So it's a matte shade. It shouldn't be doing this because it's not super hard. It's like actually really nice and creamy. I don't know why this is such a pain in the butt. All right. So it's a gorgeous kind of light peach on me. Can you even see it? Anyway, that's coming in for 7 uses, and like I said, we'll clean out where that made a mess later, because if I try and dump that, I'm going to break something else. Some of the eyeshadows, while actually very nice and inexpensive, also could be disastrous for me. All right, Chrome Finishes, a metallic product. For that, that's a pen. I am bringing in this Copacetic shadow in Silver Lining. And I have not used this either. Holy. Well, all right then. Oh, man. That is metallic. That is a whole lot of silver going on. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with that, but we'll figure it out because I've got 7 tries to make sure that works. Then we have got Pyrex dishes, which I think did I use one today? I don't know if I did or not. Anyway, something that is repressed. This is the reason I didn't want to dump the palette, because this one is also falling apart on me, and I've had to put it back together. This is a Glaminatrix shade. You can see it's lumpy and goofy because I had to do it myself. That's how things come out. You know, they're never perfect when I have to refix them. I think the name of this shade is M55. I actually can't read it. It's M something 5. So I don't know if that's the name of it or not. It is a very soft shade. It is very lovely, but it's one of those that's just a mess. I mean, it was just crumbly and I had to put it back in there. So it's really pretty. It's this very lovely light green, just gorgeous, but delicate. All right, record players, a round product. Now this one is another copacetic shade, but I did this one, that's not it, for a different reason. Now, this one is called REM, and I figured REM, which I know means rapid eye movement, but I figured it coincided with the band of the same name. Even though they're not from the 70s, it still counted. And, well, actually, I don't know when they formed. I know they were big on college radio before they ever hit mainstream. Not the point, not time to go off on a music tangent. I'm sure I will at some point, and I'm trying to be careful with this one too. But it's this beautiful purple color. A lot of my copacetic shadows are just super, super soft and messy, and I have to be very gentle with them, and I'm not gentle with anything. So that's the purple right there, which you're not getting a really great tone on. It looks kind of muddy, but it's sparkly and pretty, and from what I'm seeing. I thought it was time to get some singles back into like what I'm working on, because I didn't really have anything. So all right, then we've got number 28 is Dark Tones, a dark colored nail polish. I am bringing in this Zoya polish. This is called Rosalind. As you can see, it is dark, and I don't know if you can tell. Yep, see, you can see the multiple colors there, that purple and blue. And since it has such a dark base, I figured this would be a good one, because I'm putting it in for 7 uses, so this is going to be around for months and months and months. Hopefully I love it. All right, then we move on to the November editions, which is the stuff that I should have just been doing this month anyway, because I was behind before. Number 29 is Exposed Brick. So this is a red lippy. Now, I am bringing in a MAC lipstick, Frost lipstick. In fact, this is in New York Apple. This is considered probably kind of berry, maybe pink berry, but I went with, it's kind of reddish for me, and New York Apple. Apple, when they do the Apple logo for New York, that is red. And, oh man, to me this looks kind of red. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but when I put it on, it is reddish. Red mostly. It's a pink red. A blue red, but it is a red. See, that's more red. That doesn't count as my use, by the way. 7 uses. It's a pretty red. I like it. I like this lipstick. I don't know why this one's still in the box. I had it in Minnesota, maybe, did I finish it off? I don't know. Maybe I finished one off. Who knows? It happens occasionally, but just rarely. All right. 30 is 8-track. This is a product with a number in the name. For that, I actually went with, this is a Looksy shadow, and the name of this shadow is 8-track. And of course it's a pinkish purplish, so yeah, there's some pink in there. That's pretty. But yeah, it's not hard to figure out why I picked that. It's my typical super pale lavender, almost periwinkle type of lavender. Emma's just standing there panting. I don't know what she needs. So that is what is coming in for 8-track. I figured that was completely on brand, so I went with it. Then we have got Textured Walls at number 31, and this is something where I have to pan the imprint. That takes me forever. I am bringing in this very old and started to pan, but you can still see the full imprint. The one flower is just not distinct anymore. This is a shade called Brilliant Blue. I have panned these. I've actually panned these to completion in the past. I used to wear this shade every day in my outer corner. And it is one of my absolute all-time favorite blue shades. So that's going to be in for a while. I will just track uses until I get to the point where the imprint is no longer distinguishable, and I will show you and give you how many and update all of that fun stuff. So that is not a 7-use goal, unlike everything else. Okay. Then we have vinyl tablecloths, cheap packaging. It's a cheap product. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte press powder. It's the translucent press powder. It is in 001 transparent. It's still sealed. I haven't even opened this one yet. But this sucker, I crack these. You guys have seen me use a couple of these before. I've actually completed them, and I will have this cover cracked in no time at all, because that's how I roll. But 7 uses for this project, so I'm just going to roll it in and get some use out of it. I have other powders going on that I use for different things, so I'm okay with just doing a usage on that now and then like setting it aside and adding it somewhere else later. All right, 33 is Rec Rooms. So this is something fun. I decided I was going to go with a perfume or fragrance because they're fun to me. And this is probably not the most fun fragrance. It's the Vanille Incense, the Atelier Cologne. This is the only one that I have. And I don't know why I have it. Heaven knows where I got it. But it's about to there. I'm going to try and finish this. I will track my uses. It's going to be more than 7, I'm guessing. But it's just a cute little spray bottle. And I thought, well, vanilla is not the most exciting thing in the world, but I do like vanilla a lot. And I use a lot of vanilla scented things. So this is my fun item for the project. Because I don't have any other fragrances. Do I have any other fragrances in projects at all right now? I don't even know. But in this project, I don't have any. All right, 34, Concrete Patio, gray or white product or packaging. I am bringing in, and this is still wrapped in the plastic also, this is the Ulta Beauty brand. This one is the Mattifying Face Primer. Can you guys even, I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it says. This is a 0.34 ounce. It's a 10 milliliter. Like I said, it is still plastic wrapped. Well, it was plastic wrapped. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of those clear silicone ones. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry. Nothing like plastic through a microphone, because that's just really annoying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. This is the clear silicone one, and I actually like this primer, but because it is in a dark gray package, that is the reason that I brought it in for this project. I am going to bring this into finish. I'll just keep track of uses so that I know how many it takes me to get to finish, but this will be in for a little while because I'm not going to use that 7 times and then leave it. That seemed kind of silly. All right, then number 35 is pendant lights. So false eyelashes or a mascara product. I need to bring in a new mascara product. So I am bringing in the Dior Show. This is the little mini trial, whatever. It's in 090 Pro Black. This has 1.5 milliliters of product, so I don't know how long this will last, but it's going to get opened on December 1st. I have a lot of things opening on December 1st. For some reason, that's my date. And I will, let's put it this way. At the very latest, this is going to be the end of January. I'm just going to keep track of my uses on this, and we'll see how long it lasts me, and I will let you know. But I'm just going to roll this into the project. I'm not going to do a 7-use thing on it because there's no point. All right, that is all of my crazy that I am bringing in. That's not so bad. I thought that was going to be a lot more scary and a lot worse than it was. And it really wasn't too bad aside from a small eyeshadow mishap. So I'm pretty much okay with that. Um, that means that what I'm going to do is move on to the music moment. God. Yeah. Hot mess. All right. So let's go to... Ah, man. That plastic's in the way. Let's go to the big old book of knowledge. No, that's not what it is. The notebook in which I have all of these things listed out. And we're going to give you some songs from 71 and some songs from 72. Yes, that's the way it would have worked out with the decades, or with the years for the months. Never mind. I'm giving you, with every month's update, I am giving you a year, and I'm giving you some of the top hits from that year. And I am just listing them in the description box. I am not linking videos for these because I gave you too many. And because I am doing 2 years worth, 2 months worth together, I'm going to try and pare this down a little bit more. My lists are fairly extensive, and I never give you the whole thing because honestly, I don't think anyone wants to sit here and listen to me read off 40 songs that were, hitting number one in the year of 1970, whatever. So let's just give you a little bit of a overview because there's some cool stuff here. So yeah, I said, did I say 71 and 72? No. 72 and 73. Sorry, 72 and 73. I knew that wasn't right. So from 1972, we have got all kinds of fun stuff going on. We actually have got Alice Cooper, School's Out, which is going to kind of give you that rock vibe. So we'll give you that one. Then a little known song, and I think this may even be a one-hit wonder, but I'm not positive. The song is called Hold Your Head Up by Argent. If you have not heard it or you don't remember it, go look it up because as soon as you hear it, if you've heard it before, you'll remember that you know it. And I actually really like the song too, so that was another reason that I was doing that. Then we've got Mott the Hoople hitting the charts with All the Young Dudes. This is a band name that, if you're familiar with the era or you're older or whatever, you know the name of the band. But this is one of the songs that they did actually do really well with. And so I thought that would be a fun one to give you. Now, we've got 2 of my all-time favorite bands in here from this era. I have both the Raspberries and Badfinger. And I've gone on at length about Badfinger in previous videos that I've done for other projects. So with the Raspberries, it's both I Want to Be With You and Go All the Way, which I think are their 2 biggest hits. Great songs, both of them. Absolutely love them. And then Badfinger's hitting it with Baby Blue, which is a beautiful song. So I am going to go ahead and give you that. And then to give you a little bit more poppy. Okay, I'm going to give you a bunch of songs anyway, so much for 5. We've got Crocodile Rock from Elton John. We also have Tiny Dancer, but Crocodile Rock is kind of the fun poppy one. So that was making the charts in 72. And then you've got Bread, Everything I Own. Now, I realize, okay, yeah, 5, well, I'm closer to 10 here. The reason that I wanted to give you Bread, because it's more the light rock. So you've got light rock, you've got poppy, you've got Alice Cooper hitting it, which is definitely more hard rock. You've got 2 of, like some of, okay, the Raspberries and Badfinger are 2 of what I consider to be the biggest names of this time as far as, I mean, they're not the Beatles, they're not whatever, but these songs hit so hard and are so recognizable and have carried on for so long that you're still hearing them on oldies radio, that kind of thing. And so, yeah, they're probably that middle of the road poppy genre, I guess. But to me, they're not quite the same as like Crocodile Rock. I mean, that's really just a fun and giggles song. Those songs, those bands, Raspberries and Badfinger, I see in a little bit different light. Elton John has run the gamut for the types of songs he's done, but I see Crocodile Rock as a separate kind of sound from those 2. All right. There is some other stuff there that's probably more mellow too, but I like to give you an overview. All right. Let's move on to 1973. Now, we do have more Elton John. We do have, some of these other things coming back, but one of the ones that I want to give you is this is when Angie by the Rolling Stones hits, and I'm giving you this because this is the song that was written about David Bowie's wife of the time, Angie, but it's a song by the Rolling Stones. So I don't know what all the relationship was. I know all those guys were friends, and I know that there's rumors, and I don't know if it's true, nor do I care about whether or not Mick Jagger had an affair with Angie, but I know they were all friends and they all knew each other, and this song was written about her. And I always think it's kind of cool when a song is written about somebody, especially like, it wasn't like, oh, I wrote a love song to my wife. It was, I wrote this really beautiful song about someone else. So I think that's why it touches me more, or why I like it. And it's a really beautiful song. So you're getting that one. All right. Then we get Steve Miller Band in here with The Joker, which is, Steve Miller is one of the greatest guitarists around, in my opinion. He is still performing. I just saw him last year again, and I didn't get to see him back in the day, but I know that I think it might be next month. There's going to be an anniversary release of some of his stuff. There's all kinds of old footage that his wife went through that he has never even actually seen, but she actually has the archives and went through all of this. And so they're doing like some video compilation things too that are going to be bonus things with the re-release, and it's going to be, there's some box set, there's some other studio stuff. If you're a Steve Miller fan, keep your eye open for the anniversary release. And it might even be of The Joker, I'm not sure. But that is one that's going to have some really cool behind the scenes stuff to it, at least according to what Steve Miller said when I saw him performing. Now, if you do not know, he is Les Paul's godson. The guitar, Les Paul guitars. And so he literally grew up around this kind of thing. And his parents had friends that were in the industry, even though they necessarily weren't. But his parents were the attendants for Les and Mary Paul's wedding. And he is their godson. And he grew up around these guitars and got to play them. But he was told that a Les Paul guitar, and he was told this by Les Paul, is not something that you are given, it's something you earn. So he went out and earned his Les Paul. He was not ever given one by his godfather. So there's my Steve Miller story for you. Okay, we've also got, we got some really cool stuff. We got Grand Funk Railroads Were an American Band. We have Radar Love by Golden Earring. Golden Earring is I want to say, two-hit wonder. If Radar Love you've heard. If you have a classic rock station, you've heard this song. Then we have got, there's some interesting stuff going on here. Of course, we got some more Zeppelin. We get ELO in here for the first time with Showdown. Wouldn't say that's my favorite ELO song, but we do know that I'm a huge ELO fan and have been my whole life, and have gotten to see Joplin. That's a bucket list moment. All right, but we also have Thin Lizzy's Whiskey in the Jar. Now, if you're younger, you may know the Metallica version of this song. But I love Thin Lizzy, and Ruth Foley, had actually talked about this a little bit because of her being from Ireland and the band being from there, and Phil Lynott having passed away so many years ago, not being sure how much their music was played in the U.S. Well, obviously it was familiar enough that Metallica covered one of the songs. So there you go. I got to do this because it's a Minnesotan thing. And honestly, I don't love his voice. But we've got Knockin' on Heaven's Door, which is a Bob Dylan song, not a Guns N' Roses song for you young kids out there who actually wouldn't even be that young because they've been around since like the 90s. God, I'm old. Anyway, but Dylan hit it on the charts with this song, and it is his song. It's also been covered by a bajillion other bands. I mean, this song has been around forever, and everybody's done a cover. The first version I ever heard was by a band called Jafria, who's not around and nobody's ever heard of, and I don't know why that one sticks in my head. And then we have got the party king himself. We have got Joe Walsh's Rocky Mountain Way. Now, you know Joe Walsh from the Eagles, obviously. He also did have a huge solo career, and I want to say that was before he did join the Eagles. When I did see them perform, no, because obviously I don't think they're touring at this point, I saw them on the Hell Freezes Over tour, so that was quite some time ago, but they did do songs from their solo careers after they split up, because that was the whole thing, is we'll never get back together again until Hell Freezes Over. So the tour was actually named, and the album was Hell Freezes Over. So that sticks in my head. And I got to see Joe Walsh do this live because they did Glenn, Don, and Joe all did some of their solo stuff in the concert. All right. And then just for giggles, because this is just one that you're not going to come across a ton in pop music, and unless you know about music, this might not be something you know. So we have got Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side. I don't know that Lou Reed really had many other hits in general. And this song is actually probably something that wouldn't be a hit now because of some of the lyrics. Lou Reed, in my opinion, is to an extent kind of like Bob Dylan, where it's like Lou Reed speaking is fine, but he's not like the best vocalist in the world, in my opinion. And this is also, oh man, is this post Velvet Underground? I don't know. I don't know. I may be completely wrong on that, and I may even be thinking of the wrong band. But anyway, that's what you're getting from me. Holy crap, I gave you almost the whole list anyway. It is what it is. I'm going to have all of these titles and artists in the description box, along with Cece and Kim, Fantastic Ladies. Everything is down there. Make sure you check it out if you have time and want to listen to some fun music. All right, thank you for indulging me, as always, with all of the crazy that goes on in my world. I appreciate you spending your time with me. And until next time, everybody, see ya. Bye.